Guys, how you doing? This is take 5,000. it's been that kind of a day. It's it's just stuff going on, traffic going by, long, whatever. But I am determined to make this damn video. Let me put my little flippy up there. Anyway, after about 4 cups of coffee, we are gonna continue. I promised I was going to do a video with Winston about common point of immersion with Winston. But another situation occurred. Winston is just not ready to be on camera at this point in time. So anyway, him and I, we're going to work it out. We're going to get comfortable with each other, and then we will finally get that common point immersion video done with my buddy Winston. So on this video, we're going to switch gears, and I'm going to talk about how you achieve wisdom in your life. How wisdom is achieved, okay? A lot of people, I'm not pointing to anybody in particular, but a lot of people understand and think wisdom is learned. They think wisdom is knowledge. Well, wisdom is knowledge, but wisdom is knowledge from the process of doing. It's not from the process of just learning or memorizing or reading something. You're going to get wisdom, true wisdom, if you do something. So what I want to say is, if I go back into my childhood, I remember my dad, and he would fix the lawnmower, he would fix the fence, he would fix a car or a truck or whatever the case may be. And basically, he had no formal education. He only went to about 6th to 7th grade in school, couldn't read or write very well, but he was a very wise man. So how did he gain that wisdom? He gained that wisdom by just jumping in and going, okay, I don't know how to fix this motor, but I'm going to take it all apart. I'm going to figure it out. And the reason that generation was forced into having to figure it out is they didn't have money or the wherewithal just to go out and, I'm just going to buy another lawnmower, or I'm just going to finance another car, or I'm just going to whatever. And so it forced that generation to be more thrifty in the way they lived and how they approached things. Well, a lot of that was passed on to my generation, which I'm very thankful for, because I'm grateful that I have discernment, first of all, and discernment is that inner knowing. I just kind of know things. So like if I'm working with somebody from like if I'm on stage and I bring someone up on stage and I'm doing a lecture and I'm working with somebody to try to focus on a particular thing, I can kind of feel their essence. I can kind of feel their source. That's discernment. And that in itself is kind of a gift, but you can develop it. You can't develop it completely, but you can hone it if you have it. You can kind of go, okay, I've got this gift and I can use it. So, but wisdom is not a gift in a sense. Wisdom is something that you gain from doing, okay, or gain from suffering. So here's a really good example. If you were to walk down a path, and that path divides. You got a longer path on the left side, which is mountainous, dark. You've never been down it before. You're not too sure. It's a little questionable. And then you got one on the other side, the right side, which is well marked, and it makes you feel more comfortable, and it's flat. And so most people would pick the path mostly traveled, okay? But if you pick the path less traveled, you will gain wisdom from that, because you're going to put yourself in a situation where, well, this came up or that came up. Oh, I'm halfway there and there's no water. Or I'm 3/4 of the way there and now I see a mountain I got to climb. And it will put you in that position where you have to force yourself or dig deep into yourself to get through that path or on with that path. Whereas if you go in the other direction, you don't have to do that. So that's one of the best ways I can kind of explain where wisdom comes from. So when you do that, you gain wisdom. You go, well, I've done that before, and I'm not doing it again because that was dumb. I should have taken the shorter path. But that's not the point. The point is that you've learned something from that. Okay. So back to my dad, when he would go out in the garage and we would totally take apart a toaster or electric motor. He had no idea what he was doing. He would just do it. And sometimes it turned out really bad, and sometimes it turned out extremely well, because he learned from that, and then he could pass that on to other people. So wisdom, basically, in a sense, is teaching us from suffering. And I don't mean suffering in anguish, like, oh my God, I'm suffering. I mean deep, deep pain. Just, you got to dig deep. You got to say, I can do this. I can do this. And when you do it, then you gain wisdom. So if I'm talking about my philosophy common point, I talk a lot in my book about how to do certain things to connect to source, and that combination will bring you wisdom. Okay. The other thing I wanted to talk about in this video, and I want to do a whole video on it, is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is coming in very strong into our society, into what we do. A good example of that is when you watch this video, especially if you're going to watch it on a computer, and you did some searching a day before on, let's say I did not too long ago, I was searching to buy a vacuum cleaner. All of a sudden vacuum cleaners pop up everywhere. They want you to buy a vacuum cleaner. That's the algorithm saying, okay, this guy or this person is looking for vacuum cleaners, and let's tag them. Okay, that's artificial intelligence working in the marketplace. And there's many other ways you can talk about artificial intelligence. What I'm deeply concerned with, and I write about that, I do a whole chapter in my book called Remaining Human, and I talk about, how to fight that, or how to remain human in a world of artificial intelligence. And we are going so strongly into this that I think we will lose our human essence. We will lose the ability to understand what wisdom is. We will lose our ability to do the things that we need to do to be wise. We're going to let something else, or a machine or somebody else, be wise for us. You can see it like in the marketplace everywhere you go. Like a lot of times, I've worked a number of different jobs over the years where, and I remember I was working at one department store, and I came from this background where you kind of, if there's something you don't know how to do, you figure out a way. You're a self-starter. You take charge of the situation. But in a lot of corporations, especially this one I was working for, I was in the back storage room, and I decided to do some setup and some reconstruction, or some better way to do things. And the manager came back and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm resetting this up so it makes more common sense. It's more better." He said, "No, don't do that." So what do you mean? I said, "Well, I have nothing to do. I'm literally standing there, and what I did before is all done, and I've got another, hour to work." And because, I was conditioned when I was younger, you don't just stand around, you work. And he said, "No, if you do that, you'll get fired." I said, "Really? I'm going to get fired for thinking out of the box, for trying to help the company." And that just was really profound to me, that we have come to a point in our society where you can't think. You're not allowed to think, and when you're not allowed to think, back to the beginning of this video, you're not going to create your internal wisdom because somebody or something else is thinking for you. I think it's really sad, and that's kind of where we're heading. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm writing my book, because I'm hoping that the content in my book will open eyes to being even though we're living in that environment or that kind of society now, that the content in that book will open some eyes and say, I'm not going that direction. Back to the scenario earlier, the two roads. Okay? I'm not going to go down the easy road because the easy road will not teach me what I need to know. I'm not going to go down the easy road because the easy road will not bring me fulfillment. I'm not going to go down the easy road because the easy road will not bring me freedom or freedom of mind, freedom of thought. But the longer road will. The longer road will bring you freedom of mind, freedom of thought, freedom to make your own decisions, freedom to create your own life. That will bring you wisdom, okay? And without wisdom, what do you have? We have nothing. We are just beings working for whoever. So I'm really concerned about it, and I know that I'm going to get pushback when my book comes out. I know I'm going to get pushback. Well, you can't say this and you can't say that, which is really interesting because when I was first looking for editors, and I've been through I've been through 5 editors on this book, and a lot of for very good reason. I was adamant and stubborn about the content of my book, although the original version of the book was kind of heavy-handed, and I was kind of being a little bit that way. But the very first editor said to me, "You can't say that," and that was profound to me. Where somebody would tell me what I can't say in book. Really, that's extremely scary to me. And so I kicked her to the curb. And then I got another editor, which tried to put their own footprint on my book. They said, "Well, we're going to say it this way. This is, no, that's not my voice. That's not who I am. That's who you are." Okay. So 5 editors later, I finally found the right people to work with me and to say, "Okay, this is an amazing philosophy, and we're going to help you hone the philosophy and get it where you want it." So back to the main premise of this video. How to achieve and find wisdom. You find wisdom by doing. You find wisdom by struggling. You find wisdom by pulling up that internal strength deep inside of you and saying, "I'm going to try this. It might be crazy, but I'm going to try this." Some great people created great things. Thomas Edison, the Wright brothers, they just tried things. They gambled. They went out on a limb and they said, "I'm going to try this." And then look what they achieved. And it doesn't matter what subject it could be. It could be Thomas Edison. It could be the Wright brothers. It could be even artistic things or design. Anything creative. If you've got it in deep in you that you want to do that, if you want to do something, damn it, just do it. Go out and do it. Try it. When you fail at your first attempt, second or third or fourth attempt, you will gain wisdom. You'll gain the wisdom to make the discerning decisions, the right decisions to do it right, maybe the fifth or sixth time down the line. That's how you get wisdom. I'm even learning it right now with doing my YouTube channel because I'm pretty new at this. I've only been doing it for about a year. And I decided to jump into this thing and say, "Oh, I'm going to do this." Because I couldn't go out in the local pub and sit down with my guitar and play my songs and do my thing. I'll go out and do a lecture because of the coronavirus. Everybody was kind of locked down. And I said, I'm not going to let that stop me from getting my word out or my knowledge out or what I want to do out. So, hey, YouTube, thank you very much. It's a great platform, and I'm learning and I'm making mistakes, but I'm getting there. So I'm gaining the knowledge, gaining the wisdom to be able to do it the right way. Okay. Anyway, I want to thank you guys very much. First of all, remember, If you want to gain wisdom, think of the two paths. You got two paths. You can take the easy way, or you can take, wait a minute, that's the easy way. I get it right. You can take the easy way, or you can take the difficult way. If you take the difficult way, you will learn from that. You will get discernment from that. You will get wisdom from that. You will get knowledge from that. You take the easy way, you're going to get comfortable.